What's yours?
On the chat with UK and friends.
Don't ask me what I bring to the table. I'm a whole damn table.
All laugh, all me, all shake, all like that you said.
Welcome to another episode of the Chat with UK and Friends. As you can see, we got a full set. So that means the conversation's got to be good today, right? Can we say hallelujah?
He first was like, oh my God.
Well, I'm so excited to be back here on set with this amazing group of people. We got our returning champ. Yes.
Hey.
And then we got a new one in the house. She's just So, as always, we're just going to introduce ourselves. I'm your host, UK, and I got...
And guys, I'm a children. You could call me Ivy because everybody calls me Ivy, or you could call me Batty because baby, I'm just the baddest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do what I usually do, but
Yes,
you know who I am.
please, yes.
Let me finish.
No, you say you're not going to do what you don't want to do.
But you know who I am. I'm Oluwasegun.
Oh, God. What, that's all?
That's all.
You read
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
I just give him the tip of the
Iceberg.
All right, before we come to our newest guest host on the show, we're going to have them reintroduce themselves. You already know who it is, Dolan, and...
Shoulder.
It's me, Crystal Bell. Nice to meet you again.
That's what they're doing the most.
I know, right?
I'm here for it. I'm gonna keep it simple as usual. It's just E first.
It's
Okay, but if it's me, that's okay.
He's our guest.
Y'all introduced me for me.
So I don't gotta do the
All
work.
right, and our newest member, last but not the least. I'm the precious guy. Oh my God. You forgot your name?
You so excited.
My name is
Number
my name is Ada, but they call me Miss Ada.
Question. What is Ada?
Thank you.
Why you should call her Daisy?
Period.
No, we're keeping it real. Your name is Adeze.
If you can't say it, my nickname is Adama.
Thank you.
Adam Baking.
As long as it's Adama. But what should say, Ada or Ada?
Ada.
What is Ada?
Miss Ada.
You know.
You don't know, for real.
Well, I'm so glad to have you all here on set. I feel like this conversation is one that we need to talk about. Yes, and that conversation is, have you eaten?
Oh, why are you eating?
I watched it.
I'm just messing. So today we're going to be talking about body shaming. And I think that is an important conversation that is needed to be had, not just in our work today, but just especially in society today. Because we have a lot of body shaming. And it's not just strictly to women, but also I believe men do experience body shaming too, right?
They like never.
Height shaming.
Yeah, but when you hear
Hairstyle shaming.
It's too short. Once it's like this, come and keep down. I'm sorry.
No, but for the most part, when we hear body shaming, we're associating it with the ladies. So, but I would really love to hear y'all's perspective on body shaming.
I think for guys, like body shaming is like very weird. It's a topic most people don't think about, and it's not just like with height or with like other measurements of the body, but like it's with a lot of things, like people who do work out versus people who don't work out.
I must ask you that, like you other guys like what?
No, I'm like,
I don't know.
and I think something that also happens is like guys also like come at other guys for like being big.
Oh, really?
I've had friends like that like they'll be like big and like you be seeing dudes like playing with their like chest or like their pec. Always make like if you're a guy and you're big, you have tough skin. It's going to happen because everybody's making the smallest thing you do. Oh,
It's because you're
it's instantly it's the first thing to do. And like I'm not an exception to that. I have body shamed people. I feel like body shaming is also a real. It's a big part. I shouldn't say it like this, but like, it's a big part of like African culture. It's a thing that happens everywhere.
No, say it.
In like
Really?
growing up, it's like if you see somebody who's big, like all that listening from like I have a cousin, and his name is Asher. He used to be bigger. Like when my brother and I came, we made fun of him like almost every day. He lost the weight, which is great, but like that's not necessarily how you want that to happen. And like you don't know how it affected him mentally and all those things like that. It's like people tend to not think about that when it comes to body shaming and men. So
I would actually think the reverse of it. I wouldn't associate you guys with, like when you talk about guys, other guys are talking about, he's too fat or he's too skinny, all of that. I would think it's something that ladies do to themselves, amongst themselves, like calling someone fat, calling someone. I would actually think maybe you guys are talking about, this person's too short or something.
what's also funny is guys who work out, like some people even make fun of them. They're like, he's too big. I never want to be like that. Why would you want to be like that? Things of that nature, just like it's in every part. No matter like what you're doing, right or wrong, it's probably happened at least once, or it's going to happen. It's something that needs to be addressed.
That's quite interesting.
Well, I think that's true. We do experience body shame. I think about 2 years ago when I used to work in a factory, I used to have like the 6 packs and everything. No, I'm not being vain right now, but I'm being serious though. And I used to work out like every day. I was on point with everything, jog and everything. And then after about now, I used to say once I'm 80, I'm still gonna have my packs and everything. And now I'm like 2 years old. I was like, lies, but. I was just trying to find it.
The 6 packs are back on.
But I think, body shaming for guys, I think it's a little bit much more different because guys, maybe amount of them, we don't necessarily make it I'm offended as more so okay, I need to do better. I need to fix something. And so I think the reaction is a little more different. It still hurts in a way, but you still feel like, I need to be earlier. Like these people are probably just making fun of me, but I just need to maybe just lose some kind of weight here and there, maybe get back. Because like for me now, I'm mostly sedentary. I'm not moving around a lot of time, except when I'm on a shoot. I do know I need to, get back into working out and all that. So whenever I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, you gotta do it. It's not body shaming like, you're fat or you have this and that. Just more so you gotta get fit. And I think that's the exception from the guy's perspective of things, where when your guys are making fun of you, it's not because they're trying to be mean per se. You're just saying, I think you probably look a little better this way, but still just
guys don't necessarily say it in the nicest.
But it's just that's my own opinion anyway. That's what the guy's perspective is. Body shaming.
So, do guys body shame ladies? Wait, hold on. Hold on, let me get my question. Do guys body shame women out of just spite or just being mean or just because they like the girl or something? Because I know body shaming for guys, when guys body shame ladies, it's different in different cultures. So let me say, for example, like Africa, right? We're fond of saying maybe use Nigeria. We're fond of saying that a guy who sees a more endowed lady is more prone to go to that lady rather than someone who would, let me use Chris as an example, who is more skinny. I'll be like, you don't have any, Like it's nothing. So when you see a woman that is fully and now like, wow, that's kind of what it's run for.
I think it depends because I was watching research recently where in poor nations people get attracted to people who are bigger because they don't have access to that. But in richer nations, people are more attracted to people who are skinnier because they actually put in a lot more effort to do that. So I think it depends on, like you said, culture and where you're coming from. In that sense, in the sense of you could be on another side of the country and you like people a certain way just because that's not what you see as a norm, as opposed to what is a norm to you. So that could also be play into it and all that.
So I'll just drop this in very quick so y'all can get at it because I know y'all want to get at it.
Maybe.
I know, like most guys, I don't think I've ever seen a guy like body shame a girl because he likes her.
Yeah.
But like most men, when they do body shame, it's definitely to hurt the person. It's never to like, oh, like sometimes it'll be like you should just be a little better. But like 90% of the time, it's to hurt the person. Basically what that is. And I'm gonna let y'all. I know y'all have.
Just to piggyback off of what you just said, if you are body shaming a girl because you like her, maybe you should be back in middle school, preschool. Because what is that?
Childish.
I'm just saying, childish. And if I find out that's what you're doing,
It's immature.
Like,
I'm not ready to be a
I get like pulling her hair, but like body shaming, come on.
You said pulling her hair.
No, I'm talking about the middle school.
Yeah.
Not just going around like
Watch you pull my hair and it goes with you. You gonna pay for it.
Okay, so ladies, I want to hear your opinion. What you guys have to say about body shaming when it comes to the ladies' perspective? Us, it could be from the guys where guys body shaming ladies, or us within ourselves. Because I know we do a lot of body shaming to our fellow ladies also. So I don't think we can be exempt from that.
No, definitely not. Okay, so with us, I feel like there's different aspects to it. One, someone might be body shaming you because of their own insecurities. So they're taking it out on you.
Right.
Two, someone might just have that mentality that I'm better than everybody and just, want to body shame you. So now it depends on what category you fall under. Because I'm going to break you guys up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So let's go. If you are body shaming somebody because you're insecure,
So serious.
baby, I'm gonna need you to work on you. Because if the roles were reversed, you would be crying in your pillow every night. Trust me. But I don't understand why you feel like, okay, if I'm insecure with myself, right? I feel like, let me see. I don't even know what I'm insecure about. I'm not insecure about myself, but let's just assume I was insecure about my body. So now I'm pouring it out on Chris, like, oh my God, Chris, you need to eat more. You don't look healthy. Why? Do I know if Chris is dealing with something? Do I know she has an eating disorder? Do I know she has, something? But I'm just here doing it on her. I'm trying to spread awareness, like, we shouldn't do that to each other. It's like we should try, girl, you looking good. I see you. And what's the point of looking the same? Why should we look the same? Then I wouldn't feel so unique. Right. It would just be like, if I go, I get clothes. That means Chris can get the same clothes I have. Who wants that? I mean, I'm not saying, baby, we can wear the same clothes, but I'm just saying, you want to be unique. Why do we have to look the same way? And then go back to men. A lot of society body shames, man. Because if you look at shopping, like online stores, you barely see plus size men models.
Oh yeah.
You barely see that. Barely see that. It's just now that women started to see plus size women, but like with the men, it's still something that's in the works. So body shaming, it's a broad topic, but I feel like step by step we can all work on it together. I'm gonna still take us some more points there.
She's like, just sit with that for right now. When I get back, we're gonna talk about it some more. For real. I want to hear you.
Our special guest.
I mean, I've never been body shamed before, but I mean, when I met Chris and Paula,
I've always like judged them a lot.
But just so y'all know, Chris and Paula. Chris is actually
twin.
twins. Very identical.
Yeah. So I'm always like, each time I see them, they're always like packing food. I'm like, they don't eat at home,
They can eat for
you know? But then, like, they can eat like 5 people's meal.
I'm telling you, I don't
One
see
person.
it.
Then I had to go do a research, like, where does the food go? But I mean, it's genes, but you know, depends on like, you know, if it's like a family, you know, whatever was going on. Kids that are being body shamed either because like they are fat or like they are short, or like if you are doing like a dance lessons, they can like actually like perform because of, you know, how fat they are, or they get tired easily. But I was going to say like the disadvantage of like, you know, body shaming, because one example I'm going to use mostly is that it affects the morale, because you don't know what they're going through at home, and then it goes to the skinny people as well, because you don't know if they have food at home, you don't know like how they eat at home, so like affects people.
So like hunger packs.
Yeah.
I've had it. It's like when you're hungry, but people think you're walking out, but it's actually
Condition make provision.
Yeah.
And like my pastor always says, when it comes to like fasting and prayer, people just fast because they don't have food at home. But you know,
That's it.
you know your secret.
No, but I was going to say, in as much as we are trying to like completely get rid of just the stigma of just body shaming people, another thing we need to do is be honest with ourselves, right? Like, you know, you are of a certain body type, right? And then you just go about wearing there's certain clothes that just don't fit your body type, right? So I don't think, like, we're being honest with ourselves. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Like, that doesn't look good on you. It's not flattering, but I think it should just be said in a way that it doesn't insult the other person.
See, I don't even necessarily know if that's true, because like clothes fit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people just buy clothes that don't necessarily fit properly.
No,
I
it's
can
still the
disagree.
kids. Like,
I can disagree.
Yeah, there are kids that you actually see where, like, you can see like a child who is chubby, right? And the parent just wants to put her in a short short, and as she's walking, it's going all the way up.
Like I said.
Those we have to be very careful what kind of clothes we put on, not just our kids but ourselves.
See,
Also.
that's all I'm saying, but it's just the wrong fit. Like she could wear shorts.
Yes.
Doesn't need to be
Right.
super short. It have to be like a better fit. Like I have friends who like wear clothes and like they'll be baggy and they'll be just looking all droopy. It's like, bro, don't just buy a better fitting shirt. It'll make you look so much better.
But I can disagree because sometimes I will go buy jeans and like the jeans will fit everywhere else but my waist. You know what I mean? Like it's like baggy and it's like that pocket and I'm just like, what is this? And you know, we're coming in. Even when I buy bras, it'll be my like right bra size, but the cups, it's like I can't feel the cups.
Yeah.
And it's my bra size. I've even worn. Let me not tell you my bra size. But I'll even go down. Like I'll even go down the size, and it's still like the cup. There's still space in the cup, so it's just like there are clothes that's just like they do not cater to all sizes. Like they just don't. Inclusivity is a real thing. Like we gotta get into it. And like when it comes to body shaming, there's no person on the high or low spectrum that has not dealt with body shaming at some point in their life. Like even if you have like a perfect body, people will say, "Oh, it's probably plastic surgery. Oh, it's probably fake. Maybe she got shot." And it's just like you can't run away from it. Whether you have that perfect body, whether you're too fat or whether you're too skinny in people's eyes, like you cannot run away from body shaming. And it can be people's insecurities. It can be people that are just malicious because they think it's fun, which to me is just like go to Jesus because you need something in your life that's like don't really help you. Like it's whatever the reason is never enough. The reason is never valid to do something like that. Because like we've all said, like it damages the person person that receives that type of shame because they may already have their own insecurities, or somebody may think like they're okay. Now they're starting to have like a cloud of judgment all because of a single word. Words hurt just as much as actions.
Well,
So if you're saying things to somebody like that, like they could have been okay, but now like you're feeding this doubt into them, and they're like, well, maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I do need to change my body. Somebody that may have never thought of plastic surgery, now they're looking for plastic surgeons in the area just to fit in. Like,
So, but how do we, I think it's like I said, very, very related. So so if you have a friend, right, and you're trying to have like an honest conversation about, okay, I think you need to do this and do this. How do you have an honest conversation without it coming up like with body shaming? Because we definitely have to have that conversation. My friend and I'd be like, hey dude, where are you eating right now? I can see your stomach and everything. And we actually making fun of each other. It's not like I'm being mean and everything, but how do you, so especially with the opposite sex, right? Because with guys, it feels like guys can take it. Guys can take it, but with ladies, you can let your woman ask you, hey, do you think I've added some weight? And you don't say no right away, or you say like you gotta think about it. You could get into trouble for it, but how do you be like?
I guess see that the saying that say it's not what you say, but how you say it.
Okay.
So for me, because I know it's very sensitive, and not everybody's gonna be as sensitive as me, because I'm very sensitive. So I would appreciate it. So I'm like, hey, can I have an honest conversation with you? And I don't want you to get upset, but I'm actually trying to have this conversation because I care about you and I want to see you, succeed. I want to see you win, and I don't want you to feel bad or take it in a different way, but I want you to take it with a different kind of mindset, and not the mindset of demeaning yourself whatsoever. And then you have that conversation with me, but don't just come to me and try to make me feel horrible or something, all in the name of trying to be honest. You can be honest and just be plain mean and rude. So it's not what you say, it's always how you say it. Because you don't know where, because like we're all rightfully said, you don't know what anybody is going through. And you may be my friend, but I may not have told you what I'm dealing with inside, and then you just approach me in such manner, then you make yourself look like a fool. So when I finally tell you what I've been going through or something, so how about we just be kinder with our words?
So do you also think it depends on the kind of relationship you have with the person?
True, that's true.
I also think a good way to go about it, like, let's say you're dealing with somebody like of the opposite sex, or like a girl asks a guy, how do I look? The question that you asked earlier. What if instead of saying like, giving your opinion, you can say you look good, they may not believe you. Instead of like giving your opinion, you can ask, how do you think you look? And then depending on that person's answer,
reverse.
She went to therapy to see how that person feels about themselves, and maybe somewhere where you can boost them up. If they say, I think this part is just a little bit too tight. Use the opportunity to go in and say something good to them, so they're not focusing on the part that they think is too tight or too loose or just doesn't fit the right way. Look at something else and point them to something else. Like, hear how they feel and then respond to them. Don't just be quick to give your own.
So I want to ask something real quick. This is so if you're in a relationship with a person, right, and the person says, "Oh, what do you think about the cigarette? Is it okay to like go there? Like, I think you could get a little kiss right there."
No, she said that's how.
The person. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, another way of being affectionate is, as opposed to also talking about it, that's also good. But is it like acknowledging that it's fine for however you feel? How would you?
I don't see anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with showing somebody affection, especially like if you feel like the reason they're asking you is because they may be insecure. Use that affection to counter their emotions in a way that's just like, hey, like, however you think you look, I still love you. Here's a hug, here's a kiss.
Another thing I feel like that needs to also be talked about is, even though we have either men or women, body shaming, each other, we do have some people who individually do body shame themselves. So, for example, I'll use myself as an example. Like when I tell people, like I legit started seeing myself as beautiful just last year, like. Hands down, like for real, like I would look at everybody else as beautiful, and it wasn't just beauty in their faces or their body, but it was also like how they carried themselves, how they walked, how they talked, and I would look at myself like. Because I was like, oh my God, I have such a baby voice. Oh, I don't have a mature enough voice. Oh, I'm not laughing the right way, the proper way. Or my clothes are not up to par like this person or that person. And I was like, I would really go down on myself. Like I could even have friends and I would just look at them as just beautiful, and I'm like, God, I don't look beautiful. I don't feel beautiful. And then I'll have people come and say, oh, you look so beautiful. I'm like, where? What are you seeing? I'm not seeing that. And then because I was on a journey last year, I felt like everything started to change. Like I would like walk past a mirror and look at myself like, ooh, girl, you're so fine. Like, what you doing?
And
like,
so on that note too, anyone that says
I'm
shame
no,
lies.
for real. Like, and then I started to actually look inward. Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? And for me, in my head, I've always wanted to dress a certain way, right? But I never did. I felt like it was $3.99 or $5.99, whatever it was, I would just buy it because it was cheap. But now, even though it might be cheap, I'm not going in with that mindset of I'm buying it just because it's cheap. I'm buying it because I want to improve myself. How can I truly improve myself and continue to see myself the way that I want? I just started to be intentional about my own well-being so that I don't continue to remain in that same state of, feeling down, feeling sorry for myself, and looking at everybody else as better than me. Like, I'm good enough, just like everybody else. I'm just as beautiful as everybody else. So I started to make those changes for myself. So in as much as we have people body shame us or whatsoever, we're also doing damage to ourselves by body shaming ourselves. So we need to be intentional about our own well-being.
Yeah, I think everyone wanted to say something too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to add to the body shaming that body shaming does not only come in the form of fat or like skinny. It can be short, like can be tall. It can be like, or like these Muslim people wearing hijab, You don't know like why they have that on, Yeah. People tend to talk about it. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah, culture shame.
I think we do that a lot. A lot of people.
I do. Like a lot of people.
Yeah. I think these days when I do something or say something, I catch myself real quick, like, ooh, I shouldn't have said. Like, we also have to be honest with ourselves. We all live in a judgmental society, and then we're all, our mindsets have been trained to like, ooh, you said don't judge, but we do judge, and we do say certain things.
I do act like we're very accepting, but very
exactly. So we have to be honest. So we do say some things that we're not supposed to say or shouldn't even have said in the first place. So, but being accountable to yourself. Like you need to be able to say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. That was my mistake. I apologize. I'm sorry about it. Or even if you don't get to see that person again, and when you get home and you just had to rethink of what happened or what played, like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to do better because I owe that to myself and to society. So we don't have to stay in that same space like, well, we're all judgmental. Like, let's grow from it and be better. Like take one person, to do something nice and society told us, but let's not just mean that's like we're all judgmental. Yes, we are, but we can choose to do better.
And add to what Yuki has to say, people have judged me based on my piercings, and I keep telling them, it's not your body, it's mine. So let me make that
She's the
decision.
sweetest person ever.
I'm gonna
Don't
make
mind
that
I'm
decision. My tattoos, my piercings.
For real.
And it's people from church. They're so judgmental. I don't like it. They are so judgmental. And that's definitely gonna make me stop going to church, because I feel like each time I come to church, somebody's gonna say, "Oh my gosh, your stepmom looks like a cow." Or, "Why do you have this piercing?" Or, "What does this tattoo?" Blah 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 blah.
And you
That
can
is what
tell that
she
she has been so
Okay.
different from church. She's like, there's always people from church.
It is coming from church. They feel like they walk hand in hand with God. They don't walk hand in hand with
It's a
God.
whole nother time.
God really wants to judge me. I know you. Because people tend to judge people, and that pushes. Unknowingly, you're pushing that person away from God just because you are judging. Who
She got it.
you to judge people?
She got so
saying.
upset
Let me
about
get
it.
on that podium now.
No, I'm sorry. Because have you heard of things like this? When you go to church, there's some churches you go to, they feel just because they feel what you're wearing is not good enough for their church, they bring a rapper. You don't know where that rapper has been at. They bring an environment around your body. I wish somebody would.
It's a fashion.
You got it. You got it. God is a very, in as much as respect how you come to the presence of God, but it doesn't mean you should judge how God is looking at our heart. So for you to be judging another person, you're pushing that person. You could have gone into God's kingdom. You're pushing the person away.
Ivy, are you fighting also?
Show me to go to church. I always want to be so God.
She really got so mad.
People know how to judge a lot.
I feel like I was the one that
It's something I try to invite my friends to church. I try to invite you to church. They're like, oh no, the church I went to, they told me, oh this, my hair is this, oh my this, so I'm not going to churches anymore. Because of one person did at the church, they just stopped all churches. It looks like
guys, we're having a whole different conversation over here.
like, I'm sorry, but it just no.
Okay, well, as y'all can see, the body here got really bad.
I'm a baddie for Christ too. So
No, but I think it's a much more deeper conversation than just maybe 30 minutes of sitting down and talking. And it's not we can always do our best individually and to change perspectives. I mean, it's not going to go away overnight, but we can do our part to make sure that we are not adding to the field that is being, filled in society. So that's just the best I can say. But before we get more passionate conversations and going, I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation as we have. And like we always say here, it doesn't stop here. We would love to hear your comments, in the comment section. Like, share, follow, subscribe,
ring the bell,
all of that.
turn on post notifications, stalk us.
Yes, we'll love to hear from you.
Don't stop the page, stop the channel.
Yeah, but if I can just say one thing is let us be kind with our words, kind with our approach, kind in the things that we say. You can be displeasing of something, but that doesn't mean that you have to make someone feel horrible about it. That's all I'm going to say.
Be the change you want to see. Let it start with you, and then you pass it on. That's how it works. Because I'm telling you, this world can be so much better. So much better, especially for the kids coming up. It can be so much better, so much. But that's all right.
So before we get her round up again, I'm so glad. So we'll see you next time on the chat with UK and Bye, y'all.